Good evening. This is a meeting of the Athens Board of Zoning Appeals. The time is 7:08 p.m. and the date is October 9th. At this time, I will call the meeting to order. The board consists of 5 members and 2 alternates. The alternates taking full part in the discussions and becoming a voting member in the absence of a member or when a member abstains for conflict of interest. Present tonight are members Ed Baum, John Gutekunst, Kay Towsley, and alternates Aaron Thomas and Jessica Kopowitz. I am Lisa Carson, the acting chair. Also present are zoning administrator Mr. Rick Sirois and secretary Mr. Paul Eschenbacher. At this time, I invite you to view a pre-recorded video on the rules and procedures of the board.
Maybe.
The Athens Board
There you go. There she is.
operates according to the following procedure. The chair will name and describe the case. The zoning administrator or secretary will state the basis of the objection and any applicable facts or conditions pertaining to the case. The appellant or their representative will give reason why the appeal should be viewed favorably. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of the request will be heard. Anyone wishing to speak in general comment will be heard. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition will be heard. If necessary, the appellant or their representative will offer concluding, summary, or rebuttal remarks. Testimony from the floor shall be closed. The board will deliberate and render a decision. According to Athens City Code, Section 23.07.03b, the board has power to grant variances from the strict application of the code, provided the variance will not be contrary to the public interest, the spirit of the code is observed, public safety and welfare are secured, and substantial justice is done. According to Athens City Code, Section 23.07.10c, variances from the code shall not be granted unless the board makes specific findings of fact based directly on the particular evidence presented to it, that the standards and conditions imposed in this title, if applicable, have been met by the applicant. Exceptional circumstances. There are exceptional or extraordinary circumstances or conditions applying to the property in question or to the intended use of the property that do not apply generally to other properties or classes or uses in the same zone. Practical difficulty and undue hardship. Because of exceptional or extraordinary circumstances or conditions pertaining to a specific piece of property, a literal enforcement of these regulations will result in practical difficulty or undue hardship that is unnecessary to the achievement of public purposes. Preservation of equal property rights. Literal interpretation of these regulations would deprive the appellant of rights commonly enjoyed by others in the same zone and the same vicinity, while a granting of the requested variance will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied to other properties in the same zone and the same vicinity. Minimum variance. The variance granted is the minimum variance required to make possible the reasonable use of the property. Absence of detriment. The authorizing of such variance will not be of substantial detriment to adjacent property and will not materially impair the purpose of the zoning code or the public interest. Not of a general nature. The condition or situation of the specific piece of property or the intended use of said property for which variance is sought, one or the other or in combination, is not of so general or recurrent a nature as to make reasonably practicable the formulation of a general regulation for such condition or situation. Any person, resident, or officer, department, or appointed body of the City of Athens, aggrieved by a decision of the Board, may petition the Athens County Court of Common Pleas concerning the illegality of the decision. Such petition must be filed within 30 days after the mailing of the decision of the Board to the applicant. Thank you. That Aaron Thomas will be a voting member for our case tonight. There is just one case on tonight's agenda, case 1824V at 12 Roxbury Drive. The Board is required to take testimony under oath. Would anyone wishing to speak concerning any item on the agenda please stand? Do you swear or affirm that any testimony you will present to the Board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So case 1824V, the appellant is requesting a variance from Athens City Code 2310, Table A, Schedule of Bulk Controls, to allow an addition to a structure with a front setback of 21 feet, where 25 feet is the minimum requirement. Does code have anything to say about this?
Just to confirm that the new structure that they're proposing will not come out any closer to the street than the current stoop that's there. What they're proposing will be a full roof and stuff, but it won't stick out any further, and no other setbacks will be affected.
Thank you. Sir, do you want to go to the podium to make your case? If you would give us your name and address, please.
My name is Ronald Dawson. My address is 8321 Rock Riffle Road. I am a personal friend of the person asking for the variance. I'm also a practicing professional engineer in the states of Ohio and West Virginia. And Mr. Shoemaker has given me this wonderful file of all these things that he wanted to share with the Board to make the case that he needs to replace this for structural reasons, and he would like to extend along the front of the house so that he might have a roof to protect the front entrance of the house from rain and stuff and from people who are entering or leaving the house. But right now you step out into the weather as soon as you walk out the front door. Do you want me to show you the photographs? Are you familiar with the okay.
If there, we do have some,
Okay.
or one.
I have these two. Are these the ones that you've seen?
Those look better.
I'll bring these over and let you pass them down. One is the current condition of the stoop as it exists, and the other is the front of the structure as it faces Roxbury Drive. He has several architectural renditions, which at this time are sort of moot until we decide if we're allowed to do this. We'll save those for a later time. What he's actually for is what we've already discussed, is that he doesn't want it to protrude any farther toward the setback, but he would like to have it longer so that he has the ability to have a roof over top of it to protect the people coming and going from the structure. Yeah. Pretty much the long and the short of it.
Okay. Sounds reasonable. Any questions for the appellant's representative?
No.
I guess you may be seated.
Thank you.
So now we entertain questions from the among the spectators. There being no spectators, we will move to. If there's nothing, we just close the floor to discussion. Yeah?
I move that the Board of Zoning Appeals grant a variance to the property at 12 Roxbury Drive from ACC 2310 Table A Scheduled Bulk Controls to allow an addition to a structure with a front setback of 21 feet where 25 feet is the minimum requirement.
Second? Second. Thank you. So there's no one has any discussion before we go to the findings? Okay. Exceptional circumstances.
None. I can't
Well,
think
there's
of
a
nothing.
stoop that's deteriorating, and presumably it was there before current code was established. And that's the circumstance.
Yep. Practical difficulty and undue hardship.
Well, he's got a problem if he's not allowed to replace it.
Right. Preservation of equal property rights, does that apply?
You know, seems to be, fits within the general purview of that particular property and that particular area, Roxbury Drive.
Okay. Minimum variance, is it the minimum variance required?
Yes, it won't be extending any further
No.
than it currently is.
Is there an absence of detriment?
Yep.
No detriment?
No
No detriment.
And is it, or is it not of a general nature?
No.
Not of a general nature.
Well, that was easy. So, shall we go to the vote?
Yes.
All who wish to grant the variance to the appellant, please raise your right hand.
I'm not voting.
5-0. You have the variance.
That was quick.
That was easy.
Good job.
Do we have minutes to dispose of?
We do, and I was not here for that meeting. So anyone want to, do you need to,
Nothing else.
Approve the minutes from,
yeah, move that they be approved and, oh, from, sorry, I don't,
September 11th.
September 11th, yeah.
approve the minutes.
Second.
The minutes are approved? Do I
You have to vote.
Oh, you do? Oh, thanks. I'm not cut out for this.
Call for a vote.
Okay, who votes to approve the minutes from September 11th? The minutes are approved.
Okay. I would make one quick comment. This is the last month of my term on the Board of Zoning Appeals. It
Yeah.
expires. So I want to say it's been a pleasure working with you, some for a very short time and some for a very long time.
No, I'm
think-
very sorry to hear that.
Well, that's what it says in my certificate of appointment, October 2018. And if you go to the website, that's what it says. It expires 2018, so it expires. But each of you has been a good member, and I've appreciated the opportunity to work with you. And I know that you'll continue to do good work in the name of the city of Athens.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, we will very much miss you.
Yes, we will.
Close for the night.
Do we have to have a motion?
Yep.
Okay.
Technically, what you could do, saying, the business of the board having completed, we are adjourned.
Oh, okay. The business of the board being complete, Ed, we are adjourned.
Yes.